Hello and welcome to today's demonstration of the Migration Assistant in Select MP Studio. As you can see, we're starting out the demonstration by installing a brand new SCOM 2025 environment. It's going to be a very basic installation using all of the default settings, and we're going to speed through the installation of this new management group and quickly jump into MP Studio and show you how we can dramatically simplify a side-by-side migration. In our case, we're going to go from a SCOM 2019 environment to the new SCOM 2025 environment. Okay, so now that we have our new SCOM 2025 environment set up, I am going to register that management group in MP Studio. And so this is just a basic installation. We haven't done any customization or anything else. This is a straight out of the box install of SCOM 2025. You can see there are 96 management packs installed. So the first thing we're going to do is use MP Studio to assess what can and cannot be migrated from our older SCOM 2019 environment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up the evaluation report. So this migration evaluation report is available in all editions of MP Studio, and even if you want to run an eval of MP Studio, this report is available to you, so you can go ahead and request an eval to get this report. This introduction screen is going to show us some of the SCOM settings that are going to be assessed for their ability to be migrated. And we're going to first be prompted for the source management group. So again, we're going to be moving from our existing development environment in Contoso, which is SCOM 2019, and we're going to be moving that to this brand new SCOM 2025 environment, which we just set up. And so MP Studio is now going to assess what configuration settings can be migrated. If it encounters anything that it can't, as we see here, it's not able to read roles and profiles from anything earlier than SCOM 2022. So we're going to skip that section. And so now we get a report showing us what settings and in management packs can be migrated from our 2019 environment to our 2022 environment. And as you can see, we have management packs, we have run as configurations, we have other settings, we have schedules, and we have agents that can be migrated. And clicking finish, it's going to generate a report that allows us to take this information if we want to save it in Excel, for example, if we want to make this available to other people, if we want to work with this report, we can do so using MP Studio. So for example, I can determine what types of settings can be migrated. And within each of those settings, I can see the specific items which can be migrated from my older environment to my new environment. So now that that assessment has taken place, let's go ahead and start the actual migration. And I'm going to go into my tools menu. I'm going to select the Migration Assistant. Now the Migration Assistant, which actually moves these settings, copies these settings, I should say, from 2019 to 2025, is only available in our licensed product. So let's go ahead and kick off the Migration Assistant. Again, we're going from 2019 to 2025. And here are the various settings that we can assess for migration. So let's do management packs. I'm going to go ahead and select all of these items. You see in some cases, as we saw with the evaluation report, certain things can't be migrated. For example, user roles can't be migrated, and it gives me a warning about that. But some of these other configuration settings, data warehouse retention is just a documentation only. There are no data warehouse retention settings which can be migrated. But just for the sake of completeness, we're going to choose each and every one of these settings. And now MP Studio is going to do that assessment starting with management packs. It's going to initially present us with a list of management packs which do not need to be migrated. And the reason being a newer version of these management packs, which are running today on my 2019 environment, a newer version exists in our 2025 environment. So we don't need to migrate those MPs. And in some cases, we're seeing here 9 management packs where the same version exists. So of course, they don't need to be migrated either. Next, we see the management packs which can be migrated. And so we see a number of sealed and unsealed MPs, which are candidates for migration. I'm going to select each and every one of these management packs to include in this migration. Again, custom roles are not available to us because it's prior to SCOM 2022. Run as configuration settings, and so here are a number of run as configuration settings currently defined, which we will choose to migrate, and I'm going to choose all of these settings. Custom resolution states, let's go ahead and choose all those settings. Administration settings, as you can see, a number of them already exist, but there are some custom admin settings that we've set up in our 2019 environment, and we are going to attempt to migrate all of those items as well. Data warehouse retention is simply a documentation. Custom resource pools. Maintenance schedules. You don't need that test. And the next to final step is agent migration. And so this is going to ask us which agents we want to migrate to 2025. When we do the migration, as you can see from the terminology here, it's a multi-homing configuration. So any agents that I select here will be multi-homed to that new SCOM 2025 environment. So let's go through and select all of these agents we have in our dev environment. And then last but not least, notification subscriptions. And let's go ahead and click finish, which is going to then kick off the migration of those settings, of those management packs, of those other items from my SCOM 2019 environment to my 2025 environment. You can see in the MP Studio console in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a status screen showing us the progress in the migration. You can see it's working on MPs and settings right now. And we're going to let this run for a couple minutes and come back to it when it's completed.
So at the end of the migration wizard, we're going to get a summary of the status of the migration. And we're going to see, in this case, we've got a couple errors related to maintenance schedules. We've got some warnings. And below we see what was successfully completed as part of the migration. Now this report, as soon as we click on OK, we're actually going to get that same report in a different format. And this is something now that we can save. We can move this into Excel and we can save this off to see exactly what happened during the migration. And here we group the results. So here you can see a couple of the maintenance schedules were not able to be migrated. If we look across on the reason, likely because the monitoring objects do not exist on the destination management group. So they contain some agents which were not created yet on the new management group. We see a bunch of management packs which were successfully migrated. In fact, it's probably easier if I group by the type. We can see the various items which were successful with the migration.
Taking a look at our new SCOM 2025 environment, it's going to take a little bit for those agents which we included as part of the migration to appear and to be registered in the SCOM 2020 25 environment. Recall that we dual homed those agents, so we didn't remove their existing configuration. We simply added the new SCOM 2025 management group to their configuration. And if we take a look over at the installed management packs, we can see now we have a full set of management packs. So we'll come back and take a look at the agent status in just a little bit. And so I checked back in a few minutes later, and I can see now the agents have registered with the new SCOM 2025 management group. We can see the health of those agents. It's actually changing as monitoring configurations are being added. And something I should have pointed out at the onset is there's an important setting when you're adding agents in this way to ensure that they're going to be added. And you need to, if we go down to the security setting, we have this automatically approve manually installed agents set to true. And so that's going to allow those migrated agents to be able to be properly monitored within the new management group. And so at this point, we've completed our migration to the new SCOM 2025 environment using MP Studio.